Have you ever wondered about the what-ifs that could reshape our world? Imagine a chessboard where a major piece suddenly, voluntarily removes itself from a contested square. What if a nation, powerful and vast, decided to relinquish a claim that has defined regional tensions for decades? We're talking about the West Philippine Sea, a vibrant, resource-rich and strategically crucial body of water. Picture this. China, in an unexpected turn of events, announces it is surrendering its extensive claims. How would such a monumental decision ripple outwards, touching nations near and far, altering the very currents of global politics? How would the Philippines, the nation most directly intertwined with this specific name and claim, react to such news? Would there be disbelief, then celebration, then a sober assessment of new realities? And what of the United States, a key ally with deep security interests in the region? Would Washington breathe a sigh of relief, or would new strategic calculations begin immediately? Consider the other claimant states, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei. Would this perceived vacuum ignite a scramble for influence, or pave the way for unprecedented cooperation? The ocean, after all, is full of mysteries. Imagine the scene in Manila. News flashes across screens, radios crackle, and social media explodes. China surrenders its claim to the West Philippine Sea. For the Philippines, this is a momentous diplomatic triumph. The air fills with a collective gasp, followed by jubilation. Flags appear on streets, spontaneous gatherings celebrate. This is about dignity and justice. This victory bolsters national pride. The administration's standing is strengthened. Recognition of sovereign rights feels like vindication. Official statements echo profound national achievement. They speak of sovereignty affirmed and a new era. Celebration gives way to governance and progress. The nation rises to the occasion. When a dominant force recedes, nature and geopolitics abhors a vacuum. China's hypothetical surrender of its claims in the West Philippine Sea would create such a void. This isn't just about one country stepping back. It's about the intricate dance of power and influence. For years, the nine-dash line has been central to the strategic map. Its erasure would compel every regional actor to reassess their positions. Consider the other claimant states, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. Would China's withdrawal embolden them to assert their own claims more forcefully? Or could this create an opportunity for peaceful negotiation? The behavior of these nations would determine whether the region moves towards stability or new competition. ASEAN could face its most significant test and greatest opportunity. The tides of power would be shifting, and every nation would need to learn to sail in these uncharted waters. The United States, a nation separated by a vast ocean yet deeply connected to the Indo-Pacific by alliances and interests, would watch these developments with intense focus. As a staunch ally of the Philippines, bound by a mutual defense treaty, Washington's reaction would be immediate and significant. The initial response would likely be one of cautious optimism, welcoming any move that de-escalates tensions and upholds international law, particularly the 2016 arbitral ruling. Yet behind the diplomatic statements, a flurry of strategic recalculations would commence. Support for the Philippines' strengthened position would undoubtedly be forthcoming. This support could manifest in various ways: enhanced diplomatic backing in international forums, increased economic cooperation, and perhaps a re-evaluation of security assistance. The U.S. has consistently advocated for freedom of navigation and a rules-based order in the South China Sea. The eagle's gaze is always far-reaching. Section 5. ASEAN's Moment, a test of unity and diplomatic finesse. For the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, the sudden resolution of China's claims in the West Philippine Sea would be a watershed moment. This complex issue has, for many years, been a central, often divisive topic on ASEAN's agenda. The bloc, built on principles of consensus and non-interference, has navigated these turbulent waters with varying degrees of success. Now, imagine that primary source of regional friction significantly diminished. This would present ASEAN with an unprecedented opportunity to assert its centrality and guide the region towards a more stable and cooperative future, a true test of its diplomatic machinery. The bloc's ability to act cohesively and decisively would be under intense scrutiny from within and outside the region. The moment would call for bold vision and unified action. Section 6. Treasures Unveiled: Economic Boons and Environmental Stewardship. The West Philippine Sea is not just a strategic waterway, it is a treasure chest of natural resources. Beneath its waves lie significant fish stocks that feed millions, and potentially vast reserves of oil and natural gas that could fuel economies. If China were to surrender its claim, the Philippines in particular would stand to gain more secure and exclusive access to these resources within its internationally recognized exclusive economic zone. This could unlock substantial economic opportunities, potentially transforming the nation's energy security and creating new avenues for sustainable development and prosperity for its people. Imagine the Philippines being able to ramp up its exploration and extraction activities without the constant shadow of disputed claims and geopolitical friction. The fisheries sector, vital for coastal communities, could be managed more effectively, ensuring long-term sustainability and food security. The challenge would be to harness the economic benefits while ensuring the long-term health of the marine environment, protecting coral reefs, fish spawning grounds, and overall biodiversity for generations to come. This calls for a commitment to science-based conservation and international cooperation. Section 7. The Dragon's Retreat: China's Internal Echoes and Global Recalibration. For China itself, the decision to surrender a claim as significant and long-standing as its assertions in the South China Sea would be a momentous act with profound domestic and international repercussions. Internally, the Chinese government would face the considerable challenge of explaining such a major policy shift to its populace. For decades, these maritime claims have been woven into a narrative of national sovereignty and historical entitlement. How would the leadership in Beijing frame this retreat? Would it be presented as a magnanimous gesture for regional peace, or a pragmatic adjustment to evolving global realities? This could enhance its diplomatic capital, foster greater trust, and lead to more productive partnerships on a range of global issues, from climate change to economic development. Section 8. The Unanswered Question: Maritime Drills Reimagined. Earlier, we posed a question. How would this impact the ongoing maritime drills between the Philippines and the United States? This question lingers because these exercises have become a regular feature of the regional security landscape, deeply intertwined with the prevailing geopolitical currents. In a scenario where China surrenders its claim to the West Philippine Sea, the very foundation upon which many of these drills are conceived and justified would dramatically shift. The implications for these joint military activities would be significant, reflecting a broader transformation in regional security dynamics. Imagine drills centered on humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, a critical need in a region prone to natural calamities. They could become a powerful symbol of a new era of partnership, focused on preserving peace and promoting sustainable use of the seas. Section 9. A New Horizon: Contemplating a Transformed Seascape. The hypothetical surrender by China of its claims in the West Philippine Sea would unleash a cascade of consequences, reshaping not just a body of water, but the very fabric of regional and global interactions. From the joyous celebrations in Manila to the strategic recalculations in Washington and Beijing, from the shifting dynamics within ASEAN to the new economic and environmental considerations, the landscape would be irrevocably altered. It's a stark reminder of how interconnected our world is, where a single monumental decision can send ripples across the entire globe, touching countless lives and altering the course of history. Such an event could genuinely pave the way for a more peaceful, rules-based order in this vital maritime domain. The old paradigms might no longer apply, demanding fresh thinking and innovative approaches to diplomacy, security, and economic development. The only certainty is that change, often unexpected, is a fundamental constant in the universe and in human affairs. Keep asking, keep exploring, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content and keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.